Hello guys! Welcome to Raven and Baby. If you like these videos, please make sure to subscribe and like the video, and let's go ahead and get started with the controversial topics. I am pro-choice. I know that there are certain circumstances, such as with rape victims and other things that may come up, that it is necessary. Obviously, this is something that you should not jump right into. Yes, oh my gosh, this was such a lifesaver during so many circumstances, especially the first few months with me and Lena. She was a very fussy baby and wanted to be with mama all the time. I loved it. I'm not at all complaining, but in order to cook meals and get the kitchen cleaned and things like that, I definitely used barriers a lot. And also to help get her to sleep. She would fall asleep when I did like a few laps around the apartment complex. So it was a lifesaver for that. So I highly recommend and am definitely pro baby wearing. Also, it's great for bonding. Since I had a little girl and she is my only child, I did not have to make this decision, and I did not do a ton of research since I knew that I was having a girl. However, I will say that in the different books and articles I was reading when I was pregnant, it seemed like it is not an absolute necessity for hygienic purposes, which is what I grew up believing. So it is definitely something I would want to research further to make that decision if I were to become pregnant with a boy. So first I'm going to jump right into adopting a child yourself. Then I will delve into, do I believe in putting a child up for adoption? So, number one, I definitely think adoption is great. I don't know that I myself will ever choose to adopt any children. However, if you would love to go that route, or if you cannot conceive yourself, or whatever the case may be, and you decide to take that route, then yes, please. There are so many children who are in need of wonderful homes, and so yes, I definitely believe in people deciding to adopt. Now, in terms of giving a child up for adoption, I definitely think that a ton of thought needs to be put into this. However, if it is the best thing for the child and for the family as a whole, then by all means, it needs to happen, because the ideal is to make sure that that child has the loving and caring home that they deserve. And if you cannot provide that, then you are making the better choice by putting them up for adoption in the hopes that they will find a great home. So my assumption is this is for little girls with their ears pierced. I did not get my baby's ears pierced. I would like to wait until she can make that decision on her own when she is a bit older. Plus, I think it's really fun when they're like 10 or so to go to Claire's or whatever and get it done. I really enjoyed that. When I was a child, I was like, I think 11 when I went and got mine. And so I'm going to leave that up to her as to whatever she chooses, and she will let me know. I breastfed my baby. I luckily was able to. I had enough milk and all of that jazz. That is definitely my preference. However, if you are a working mama who would need to pump constantly in order to feed baby, I can definitely understand wanting to go the formula route. My heart goes out to you if you are someone who is pumping all day long, because it is rough. I had a very hard time with pumping, and so I can definitely understand supplementing with some formula or going straight to formula if you are having to pump constantly. And then also, obviously, if you cannot produce enough milk, then formula is a must so that baby can get fed. And if you just choose that formula is for you, then do you. Whatever works best for you is great, but for me, it's breastfeeding all the way. As long as they can and I can, then yes. For me, probably not. I don't think that this is the best form of discipline. I would prefer to solve everything with timeouts and other forms of discipline. I did this for a short while, but I do have a queen size bed, and I myself never worried about rolling over on Lena. However, not everyone in the bed can be trusted in that sense, let's say. And so I definitely think that co-sleeping is a great thing and not as scary as some books may lead you to believe. It just depends on you and baby basically, and your situation and how you feel about it. Trust your instinct as a mama. For us, it's probably going to be public. The only reason I would end up homeschooling is if the public school system was really bad and I just can't afford private school. So most likely it's going to be public. I went to public school, had a great experience, so that is what we will probably do. Yes, for me. I was not vaccinated until I was about 13 years old, and I had some problems growing up that probably would have been prevented if I had been vaccinated. And so if you've done your research and it is your belief that it is better not to vaccinate, then do what is best for you. But for me, I want to vaccinate my children. I feel like that is the best way to go for me. Within reason, if the doctor has prescribed something and it makes sense for what is going on with baby, then yes, I believe giving that to them, or on occasion for teething or for certain illnesses, little fevers, stuff like that, then maybe some Tylenol. But giving too much Tylenol or giving too many medications or listening to a doctor that seems to be over-prescribing, none of that is something that I am for, so just be wary of all of that and do your research and pay attention. So for me, I went with disposable because I am in an apartment complex and I have to walk to the laundromat and everything, and it would just be very difficult to keep all of those diapers clean and everything. And so for me, disposable made the most sense. However, if you have the means to do cloth, then I think cloth is great. And maybe with a future baby, if my circumstances are different, I will choose to do cloth as well. I do not think that the cry it out method is for me. I just cannot handle it when baby is screaming. I definitely prefer to be able to go there and be there with her whenever she needs me. And so I think it is better to figure out other methods. So that was it for this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, turn the notifications on, follow me on my social media down below. And I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.